This is Top Prep Sports Interviews by Sunil Sundaraj. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Jamley R. Austin II, a sophomore at Lewis D. Brandeis High School in San Antonio, Texas, and a defensive back on the varsity football team. Once again, Jamley, thank you so much for taking time out. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up?
Hey, congrats on your success, Jamley. You said, for a sophomore, you've definitely flourished on the gridiron. Can you talk about, playing, said for the Brandeis High School varsity football team and making that transition, of course, from JV to, varsity at the end of the 2022 season?
Yes, sir. We started off our first game, going against our rivals. It was a pretty good game. Had a couple of tackles for loss, a couple of pass breakups. It was pretty fun. Then, like throughout the season, we started to go against more teams that passed and ran a lot more. And so
Mm-hmm.
I started, shine on the field.
Yeah, definitely getting more acclimated. Much different the atmosphere between JV and varsity. Talk about
Uh,
that. There's a lot more pressure. Once are on the varsity,
yeah, it's
team.
big
So
difference.
yeah, so just describe that. Give everybody out there just a glimpse of just behind the scenes what that entailed for you.
Man, like just the team experience. Like we do a lot more on varsity than what we would do with JV. Because
Mm-hmm.
JV games we'll just wait in the locker until it's our time to go out there. Varsity,
Yeah.
we have team meals, team meetings, team practices right before the game, and we lift a lot more.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's a lot more with that regimen and just a structured environment. Just talking about that first time, I said in the locker room before kickoff.
It
You
was
know,
great.
yeah, talk about with your head coach and just in terms of that pregame speech and you're getting amped up and ready to take the field and run out into that football field. Just talk about that, Jamley.
Well, like it was like way different. Like we'll start this little chant, we'll bang our helmets as coach is giving us our pregame speech. Then out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere, he just hit us with a "We are Brandeis," and we'll just get up and go out and go crazy, run
Uh,
out the tunnel. You got everyone in the stands.
yeah. Yeah, they said, I mean, fans, you have the cheerleaders, you have a band. I mean, you have everything, it's just, I mean, there's only like, Friday
It's
night
just like
lights and the
a lot
Saturday
more hype.
afternoon. Yeah, the hype is just awesome. I mean, just talk about that, just that experience, again, getting, focused at the task at hand, before kickoff and eventually once you get into the flow of the game, just walk everyone through that. Like, just what is it from your perspective when you're out there on the football field?
From my perspective, it's like a battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you can't make a mistake, or else it's over for you. You can end up dead.
Yeah.
And so like it's also hard, but everyone's just like watching you. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, every move. You have to be perfect.
Yeah, no, definitely bring your A game and be, spot on. As I said, you play defensive back, primary position is corner back, but you also play free and strong safety. So you really can, you have that
Move around.
flexibility in terms of switching, from position to position. And that's a great attribute to have and possess. Just, talk about like, how unique that is and the fact that you can contribute in so many,
Well,
ways.
it's cool. It's cool. Like instead of just playing one position, I get to move around and go to many different things like kick returns and punt returns. Those are pretty fun. It's
Yeah.
fun being able to catch that ball and just run as fast as you can and try to score that touchdown.
Yeah, no,
It's a pretty
definitely.
fun experience.
Hey, I mean, I know you still have plenty of time to grow. You got 2 more years left here, but it's just amazing. I was like, looking at the numbers, 5'10", 160, a 74-inch wingspan. I mean, that
Yeah,
is just like staggering. I mean, when you look at that, number, I mean, the fact that you have the long reach and you can, definitely,
it helps
in
out a
terms of
lot.
yeah, when you knocking balls away, said especially on passes. Just talk about that aspect of the game. The fact that you have that working in your favor.
hmm Like the arms, they can help me out with like a lot of things. In my man coverage, I'm allowed to like reach a lot more further. I can get
Yeah,
closer without even trying instead of letting them get in my area. And
yeah,
then it helps me like my bench press, it helps me out. I get to push them as hard as I can, throw them off,
Mhm.
slow them down so the QB can't throw it away. And it helps my teammates get their sacks and stuff.
When you're going against the opposing wide receiver and you're matched up, just describe that. Like, just in terms of,
Oh, it's
you
just
know, once
like
the play,
everything.
gets, underway, once the ball snap, what
I
is,
mean,
what is what is,
I
transpiring
got
through
you.
your mind?
It's like as soon as I notice that I'm in man coverage, it's just like me and him, just me and this
Yeah.
guy. No one
Yeah.
else is around us. And I know I better not mess up or anything too, because it's just me alone. I'm on my own island. And so like
Hmm.
I'm locked in, ready to figure out what he's gonna do. I looked at if he's like lined up on the inside of the numbers or the outside of the numbers. If he's on the inside, it's gotta be a fade. He has to go out. If he's on the outside of the numbers, he's gotta go in. So like I'm trying to like predict what this guy's gonna do. And if I predict wrong, I get back on it. I just can't
Yeah.
let him escape.
Yeah. Hey, I'm so impressed by your attention to detail and how meticulous you are. You obviously are a student of the game, and again, I mean, just building up that knowledge base and really soaking it in. I mean, I'm obviously this past year was and now even you're continuing to play here in these bowl games and the camps as well can only benefit you for your junior season coming up. But talk about that. How much like again, it's just building up and having that acumen, just in terms of when it comes to playing the game.
I mean, when I won defensive MVP at the NUC Combine and All
Mm-hmm.
American game, it was just like best experience. It was like playing against a whole new team, playing against random guys I know nothing about.
You're going
And
out
like,
some of the best talent. I mean, Texas, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And I'm
yeah,
just, I'm thinking, it said where your rankings are, they're high up there in terms of, I think, overall in the state of
mhm.
Texas, excuse me, and then by your position, that's, again, that is just absolutely, spectacular.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're going to improve
that's got
too.
to bring a lot of pride and joy, just, knowing that, how much you've achieved, up to this point.
It does, it does. It feels great
I mean,
knowing
the
I can
fact that,
compete.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. It's just great knowing that I can compete with these guys that are older than me and stuff.
Yeah,
It lets me know that I can do this. I can handle my own.
yeah, no, definitely. A couple picks. I think you're at almost 35 yards on returns. You talked about, I mean, benching 225, 4.5, I think, in the 40-yard dash.
Yes, sir.
I mean, just having that strength, said having the strength and conditioning down pat is so key for you, James Lee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, that's great. Hey, talk about again participating in these bowl games and the camps. Uh, you know, football now has become 24/7, 365 year round. The fact that you're not taking time off, you're keeping consistent and pushing yourself to be the best you can. Uh, so just I know that some of these bowl games there have been NFL players, coaches, and that's gotta like be exciting as well to learn from the
Be
best.
around them.
Yeah, to be around them and just see what they can bring to the table and just in terms of offering that advice. Can you talk about that as well?
Yes, sir. You know, being able to be coached by like some of the guys that played in the NFL, at DB, it's pretty fun. It's
Yeah.
like I get to learn some new stuff. And, going to all the combines, I get to go and get some more competition, which is also fun.
Yeah, I just think the experience is so valuable, and the fact
It
that
helps
you
out.
keep on enhancing your skills, improving the fundamentals. That's really, I think, what it comes down to. I saw one particular site. I think I don't know if it was recent or you participated in a 7-on-7. You were the only DB not to
Give up
surrender a
anything.
touchdown. I mean that again, that's just I mean, it's unreal to see that. I mean, just talk about how much. I mean, again, putting in that effort, having that grit and determination.
It's that hard work. Just not taking a day off. I mean, I do rest from time to time, but like I'm
Mhm.
always training. I'm either
Yeah,
lifting weights, I'm either running around or I'm doing both.
yeah, that's a great transition. I want to ask you about the strength training for a season, the strength and conditioning, nutrition, rest and recovery, as you said. I mean, there's also mental health. You could throw that in as well, because I think everybody talks about how physical the game of football is, but if you're not mentally focused and locked in, I mean, it really can throw you off. So I wanted to ask you about some of those mitigating factors here, Jamley.
Oh, I gotta like eat almost every 2 hours. I gotta stay drinking water. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta take stuff that can like help me out. I'm drinking protein all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me out from time to time just to like stay bulking up and then
Yeah.
eat it. It's tough to, eat that much almost all the time, but you gotta force it down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
You gotta
I
keep
mean, it's true. I mean, being that young, I mean, you want to enjoy and, eating, all the foods out there. But, again, if, being a football athlete, it's a specialty, and, you have to like adhere to some of the, again, principles. And, as they say, I mean, some of those, you know, factors there, just you have to like, keep them in check. Hey, talk about putting, the pads on, the jersey and helmet, the Broncos jersey and helmet. What does that represent to you personally, Jamley?
like put it on my team's jersey.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just like like every nation has a flag. That's what my
yeah,
flag is. It's the Bronco way. As soon as I put
yeah.
that on, I'm representing the school, not
Yeah.
just me. I want to represent real well. Make sure everyone knows that, I can look good whenever I wear it.
I'm glad you put it on. That's great. From the first time you played on varsity to the end of the season, talk about that. Like, where you ended up at that end, that final game of the season,
Um,
knowing how much progress you had made.
it felt pretty good. It felt like, all my hard work wasn't for nothing. The coaches showed me some love.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been kind of bummed out, if I didn't get moved up or anything. And then, it would have just pushed me to work even harder though.
Yeah,
And so I'm gonna
that's
keep working so I could get to that college level.
yeah, no, definitely. I think you're well on your way there. Hey, talk about at Brandeis High School. Just in terms of those home games, said, what the environment is and the support from, not only the
E-
school,
Everyone.
but also the community as well.
Oh man, the community loves coming to our games and supporting us. You'll run into like, someone that goes to the games from time to time. You could talk to them about it. You could like see the enjoyment in their face. And then the
Mm-hmm.
kids at our school, they love it too. It gets real competitive. We start chants and stuff.
Yeah,
Sometimes it may get a little bit rowdy, but it's great just that
yeah,
makes me feel, good.
yeah. No, I agree. And on the flip side, those road games. I mean, because I think that's where that true chemistry you build up with your teammates and with your coaches.
Mhm.
Preparing, you said you talk about preparing for battle. I mean, like, that's what it is when you especially go on the road. Talk about that, because it's almost like us versus them. You're going into pretty hostile environment, but it's
I
I
think
think
it's
that
even
builds
better.
that character as well.
I think away games are like even better than home games. It's like you're walking to that king's castle. You just walking
Mm-hmm.
up to him on his throne, taking his
Yeah,
crown away.
yeah,
It's fun,
yeah.
especially when they lose.
No, it's good. I'm glad you brought that up. Hey, you're a dual sport athlete. You're a track and
Yes,
field sprinter, and
yes, sir.
I think
Track.
that, I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, the fact that you talk about your speed, and to be able to run track and field, and again, it's just another useful tool for you, to help you along the way and to get you, I said, in the best shape. Talk about
Yes, sir.
that.
Like track's been our family thing. I have sisters that run track. One went to
Mm-hmm.
BYU. My oldest sister to run as a sprinter, and my second one, she went to Arkansas to do
Mm-hmm.
hurdles. And
Yeah.
like we love track. My dad, he ran track at Cal Poly, and he was pretty fast. I'm faster now with you, bro.
Yeah.
And like it's
Yeah.
fun. The love I have for football is just like
Yeah.
different from track. It's track. It's just that one moment. As soon as you hear the gun, you're just like
Yeah.
running for your life. And then at the end, it's just like it's this little warm feeling in your heart. And just like enjoy it.
Yeah.
It feels
No,
great
it's
running as
yeah.
hard as you can.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is why I
wonderful.
love, punt
Yeah.
returns and stuff like that, because it's sort of like track, just run it straight.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, just to pivot back to football on the kick returns. because once you see that ball up in the air, and you have to, I mean, the
Oh,
focus it
it's
has to
real
be a
nervous.
laser
Real
focus there,
nervous.
because you got
Yeah.
guys who are coming at you, ready to said hit you, so you got to field that ball. So again, walk me through that, and just in terms of what your game plan is at that point. Obviously, you must. I mean, working over it, repetitively in practice, but
Yeah.
boy, when it comes to game time, entirely
Oh,
different
you can't
situation.
drop it. You
Yeah.
can't drop it. That's like the one major thing I focus on, not dropping the ball. Because like if you
Mm-hmm.
drop it, they could get the ball back. And that's like the worst feeling. So
Yeah.
first I gotta make sure I can catch that ball and like hold on to it. Then after that, it's making that first guy miss. If you make the first guy miss, you can like do anything you want.
Yeah.
And
And
normally
I,
I
I
have to
think,
make it.
yeah. And I think, just to go to the secondary, you playing cornerback, being, track and field sprinter, footwork. I think,
Mhm.
working on your footwork, especially, and, you have to do the same thing in track and field. Talk about that. I mean, because that's important. Like, not trying to
You
get
know,
beat by a wide receiver.
I get some work with Clay Mack out in Dallas from time to time to
Okay.
like help me keep my feet under and work on my DB stance. And like it
Mm-hmm.
helps out a lot because you don't want me like tripping all over the place. I got to make sure
Yeah.
I keep it under me.
Yeah.
And with track, it's basically the same thing. I get some working with my dad because he used to
Mm-hmm.
sprint and it's very helpful. Being
Yeah.
able to open up so quickly and take off full speed if I need to, come down on a run, or if I need to
Mm-hmm.
open up and get on that deep route, it helps out.
Yeah. No, that's terrific. Okay, let's switch it up. It's just not about being an athlete; it's being a student athlete first. 3.2 GPA, taking college prep courses.
Yes,
So
sir.
obviously you're excelling in the classroom, and it's you got that time management organization down pat. And I talked to a lot of athletes, and you know I think they echo the same thing: is that it's not easy to balance it out. I
It's
mean,
not.
between the lifts, the practices, the game, the traveling.
Hmm.
Uh, you have school, said from morning till afternoon, and then you got to hit the, said hit the
It
football
does.
field, right away. So talk about, how you've been able to manage that. You've been obviously you have a system in place.
Well, I just built a relationship with all my teachers, and
Mm-hmm.
then I let them know what's going on so they could know why things will happen. I
Yeah,
just try to keep my grades up.
it's great. That's I think that again that is effective too. I mean, just being able to, have that connection with your teachers. Hey, talk about the support from the school, the administration, athletic department for the football team here at Jamley.
Coach Bruce, my head coach, Coach Bruce,
Mm-hmm.
major impact in all of us is like our number one supporter. He hypes us up. He gets on us, like when we get down or start to fall behind. So he can like pick us up and we can keep walking with everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
And then,
what makes Brandeis High School so special? Just in terms of attending the school, and then of course you're playing it all as said on the athletic teams, but and even the community as well. But just what is it that makes it unique?
honestly, I think it's the people that go there.
Mm-hmm.
We make the school.
Yeah,
It's like really nothing special about the school. It's just us. We just bring the spirit and stuff. And then
I
the
have to
community.
ask you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and then the
Yeah,
community, they back
yeah.
us up too. So like they also help us build it.
That's great. That's great. I'm wondering that first time you stepped on the football field, at the high school at Brandeis High School. What do you remember it, and what that moment was, for you?
I think I was scared
Yeah,
being a small guy, just walking this to high school.
yeah,
But like it turned out nothing. It'll be like I thought it was gonna be like getting pushed around, bullied and stuff
yeah,
like that. But it's
yeah. I
really
mean,
nothing.
obviously, you got the heart of a champion, a warrior. I mean, the fact with your size, and I mean, it said you have time to grow. But I'm wondering when you're going up against those bigger, it said wide receivers. Got to have people who are over 6 feet, even taller, muscular. But the fact that you're able to, go one on one and handle that, said, I mean, that's got. I mean, when you think of that, it brings a lot of satisfaction as well.
Yeah, it does. It's that weight room. It's
Yeah.
that weight room. You gotta get in there.
I
I think it
mean,
was.
Yeah, I mean, it's grueling lifting. Because they say after a season ends, several weeks, you get right back into it, preparing for the following season, lifts, and then early morning, and then you got the dog days of summer. Even spring now, like even before that, that can be taxing. I mean, it's a grueling schedule, to go through.
Yeah.
But again, you've been able to pass those tests. Talk about. I mean, because again, not everybody, can meet that challenge.
I just keep a schedule right here. I just
Okay.
follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Monday through Sunday. It has
That
all my food plans, what I need to do, workouts and stuff like that.
yeah, that's again, that is fabulous. I mean, the fact that you're prepared for said the entire week, that is really a testament to how much you have that passion for the game. As you mentioned, talking about family support, you mentioned your dad, said a pro and college football player,
Mhm.
track. Your mom has worked 25 years in the medical field. I think also was involved in sports. I think basketball.
Basketball.
4 sisters here who have been also involved in track and field. I mean, athletics has been synonymous. I mean, it's been the fabric of your family for a
Yeah.
long time. How great is that, just that being passed down to you guys from your parents, and the fact that you're creating that legacy for yourself as well.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm just trying to, like hang in there with all my sisters and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of commitment involved with going to practices and with these camps. Talk about the support from your family with that.
Oh, oh, my dad, he's like my biggest supporter and coach. I
Mm.
wouldn't be here without him. He pushes me and he helps me, when I get my head down or when I fall behind. And then my mom,
Mm.
she's like my silent assassin.
Okay. Yeah. That's great. That's great. Yeah, love to hear that stuff. How about your sisters? Four
My
sisters. So
sisters, oh
yeah.
man, my sisters, they make it tough on me. And they let me they let
Yeah.
me know, when I make stuff tough for my dad, when he's coaching me. They let me know if I'm making it hard on him. So, they set me back on the tracks.
Yeah. It is great. I mean, track and field, basketball, and to have them attending, prestigious universities.
Uh
And I mean, just for the family name and just being able to, show that they, can be the best. I mean, that's obviously, got to be, something you guys, really can, look back and, think, this is, something that we're able to achieve. I mean, just talk about that. I mean,
mhm.
that's got to, again, to see that last name, said, just filtered down. Just talk about that.
The Austin family is
Yeah.
that Austin pride.
Yeah.
Having my sisters go to those big colleges, it makes me want to do that. So I
Yeah.
can, you know, not to be selfish, compete with them.
Yeah.
I want to let them know that I went to a big college too.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah. No,
fun.
it provides a lot of motivation.
Yeah. I can pull it out on them, when we have Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, sister, what college did you go to? Because, I went to this college.
No, it's great to hear. Hey, for just you've been playing football for a long time. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm wondering, like,
Bro.
because again, year after year coming back and
Hmm.
putting in the time, putting in the long hours, in the weight room, on the football field. What are just some of the intangibles that really stand out, whether it's on the field, off the field, that say, hey, you know what? Yeah, obviously you're damn good at this, but it, you want to, move up to greater heights, college, and I'm sure beyond that. Well, what is it about the game?
Like what I love about the game.
Yeah, just yeah. What are the things that really truly stand out? I mean, I've heard some guys say, "Hey, it's the brotherhood," because these guys, well after football ends, will always be there for you. But anything that else that really stands out to you?
I just love playing the game. It's very fun.
Yeah,
It's hard to explain how fun it is because it's just like so fun. It's like football's life. And yeah, the
yeah,
brotherhood's good. But I want to go see more people I can compete with. I just like competing with people.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, because track, you're competing with people. Football, I get to meet these different guys I can compete with. It's like you mentioned me as a warrior, I get to fight new people every day.
Hmm.
And that's what I want to keep doing.
Yeah, no, it's again, it's super to hear. Hey, there's a movie Friday Night Lights. I said there have been a ton of great, football
Mhm.
movies over the years, and they always talked about Texas. And I have to ask you. I mean, the size of the stadiums at some of these high schools. So I wanted to ask you, have you been to,
Crazy.
in terms of even at Brandeis High School or even other high schools in Texas that you have played at, that have been, you know,
Well,
the
recently
capacity has just been that. I mean, what are you eye popping when you look up at it?
it's crazy because recently we just we're starting to do our friendly matches against our rival school in the
Mm-hmm.
Alamo Dome. And like the Alamo Dome is the stadium the Spurs used to play in.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
it's super big.
Yeah.
15,000 people. Like that's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just massive. I mean, just the
Yeah.
sea of people and like, you just feel that roar, that energy from, the
It
crowd. And
like
it's,
lights a fire underneath you.
yeah, it really pumps you up. Yeah, really. I mean, the adrenaline, rush that you get inside. Hey, I just have a couple more left for you, Jamie. Obviously we're living in, I mean, probably the best era in terms of social media.
Yes.
Utilizing Twitter, Instagram, there's Huddle out there, for the highlight videos. Talk about how pivotal that is for you to get your name out there, for people to see you on film and to really promote your name, your brand, and your skill set.
It's very important to like, get your videos out there. So not just coaches, but like other people that can help promote you can see. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can get a lot more stuff accomplished that way.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can
that's
like
great.
find better trainers and coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Like who ooh, let me think. Like Clay Mack and Chief Keef.
Mm-hmm.
Chief Keef was also someone who helped me out, before I started going to Clay. He helped me, because I pulled a hamstring after coming
Okay.
off that. He helped me like build back up my strength and stuff so I can get back to that speed and get even faster.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough part. I mean, sometimes when you get nicked up and injured, and then trying to, I elaborated before, in terms of that rest and recovery. I mean, that's not easy. And coming back, from injuries, and then even when you get, dinged up during a game and coming back the following week, I mean, that's no walk in the park. I mean, it takes a lot,
Mhm.
to get
It's
your
not fun.
body in terms of like, back into normal mode and, just be able to wipe away those bruises and be able to, prepare for the following, week.
Hmm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say
Okay.
it's just like injuries aren't fun. And,
Yeah.
they suck because you have to sit out things. You can't like
Yeah.
compete when you want to. It's like
Yeah.
a wound. It sucks
Uh,
like pretty bad.
yeah, that's true. Okay, to a much happier topic, your hobbies are bodybuilding, youth
Hmm.
mentorship, and being Rocky the robot. I have to ask you about that one, but uh, again, obviously, you want to keep your physique,
Hmm.
in the best shape possible, and then I applaud you for the youth mentorship. That's got to again be so gratifying, just in terms of helping out with the younger kids as well. So
Um,
just talk about those
yeah.
three hobbies.
We'll go to elementaries and we'll read books to them. And it's just so funny and cute watching them smile and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like we're the NFL guys to them. We're
Hmm.
like the NFL guys to them. We're like the big people, the cool people, the strong people.
Yeah.
And like sometimes that'll help out some kids or warm their hearts. Maybe they'll try to be like us too. And
Hmm.
that's pretty cool. With the Rocky, ooh, that's no easy task being Rocky, but it's hard. Like I still love it because all the kids they really think I'm a robot. So like it makes me
Yeah.
feel cool. It makes me feel like
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
power ranger. At the Rush Run Park is where I work, and that's when I
mhm.
get to be Rocky. I sometimes dress up for birthdays too. I
Oh,
remember
that's
one time
beautiful.
it was one time this one kid. You know,
Yeah.
he had to be that kid. He was like, "Hey, you're not a robot. I know who you are." He's just like trying to tear apart the suit. I was scared. I was like, "Uh-oh, what is he trying to do?"
Yeah.
And then
Uh,
like, yeah, and then like I try to keep like my form as a bodybuilder. I might do
mhm,
some bodybuilder shows this summer, just to
mhm.
like be seen. Cause
Yeah.
like my dad, he's a bodybuilder too. Like
Okay.
yeah, he recently had a bodybuilder show a couple of years, like 2 years ago, I think. He placed
Hmm.
first though, out of his age division. He lost to the college guys though.
Yeah.
Age got him, age got
Yeah.
him on that. You
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna be bigger than him though.
Yeah,
That's what I
that
plan on doing.
yeah, no, that's inspiration. I mean, to hear that stuff. I mean, it's great. Like, again, you to have that relationship, with your father, and have that connection. I mean, that I think that again is so critical. Hey, when it comes to either college or NFL, um, any said cornerbacks, free and strong safety, defense backs that you look up and really try to sort of take away maybe some of their tendencies and apply it to your game.
Deion Sanders.
Oh yeah,
He had like
prime
that
time.
flair to him. He has
Yeah,
like that little smooth walk. He
the
has
swagger,
everything. Yeah.
the swag. Yeah,
Like if Deion walks in, because he's gonna
yeah,
make it known that he walks in.
yeah.
I'm gonna be like that. I make sure everybody knows like I'm walking in. I'm the one on the field. Nobody's gonna
Hmm.
catch anything near my side.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, you have to have that. It said that I guess
That spark.
that spark, yeah, that fire. I mean, just to have that attitude, like, again, that as you said, no, I mean, no one is gonna, be able to get past you. No, it's great. Hey, before we get the final word, and I think you're in a perfect spot here, Jim Lee, to offer some much needed advice and message for the younger kids and out there because you've worked with kids, said for a
Yes,
while
sir.
here, and as you know, we live in a very competitive world. It's not easy playing athletics because there's so many kids that want to be at like
Hmm.
Division 1 and like they want to obviously go further than that. So I'm wondering what would you say to them because I mean you have social media out there which could be positive and negative. So just
Hmm.
what would you say to them as they try to just navigate said sometimes these turbulent waters and times and try to figure it out.
You just gotta like keep your head up. You gotta keep going. Like, you gotta work harder and then party harder. Like
Okay.
yeah.
All right. It's well said. Hey, you get the final word and message here, Jamie, for family, friends, teammates, and coaches. Obviously, the student body, administration, athletic department at Brandeis High School in San Antonio, Texas. I definitely wanted to give you the floor. I think it's well deserved. I'm sure there are a lot
Hmm.
of people you want to thank.
Yeah. I want to thank all my coaches. They have my back, they support me, and they're gonna keep supporting me. And hopefully I can get to college, pay them back. And then
It's great.
I have Coach Bruce, head coach. We got Coach Maddox, my defensive coach. Coach Hildebrand, we call him Pastor.
Okay.
We love that guy. We have some new coaches too. We have Coach Guzman. We have Coach No on offense. Coach Miles, he's my competition when it comes to track season because he's pretty fast and he's my punt return and kick return coach. And he's pretty good at returning, so I'm trying to be better than him too. And
Mm-hmm.
then I have like my family and my teammates. They also support me too. Even the seniors that already left, they support me still. Voss, Duran's gonna be like he's a pretty good DB too, man. You guys gotta watch him. It'll be real good.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our safeties, Jacob Voss, our linebackers like Trevor and Ian Luna. It's just gonna be like so great playing with those guys. I want to thank them all for helping me out, pushing me. And we have our D tackle Dion. That guy's, he's crazy, man. And I just like people like that. It hypes me up. It helps me in that weight room
Yeah.
and on the field.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to. I'm glad you brought that up because obviously learning from the seniors, this past year being on varsity, and now you're going to be a junior. You're going to be able to. It's like a revolving door. You're going to be able to, pass down that knowledge and experience to the underclassmen, the freshmen and sophomores. Talk about that, because obviously you're going to be looked up to as now a leader.
Yeah, even now, sometimes during our team drills and practices, I like help them out if they're like messed up on their stance or something. I help out some of the DBs fix their stance and what they needed to do in order to like beat the guy on the next play in one-on-one situations or even on 2v1s.
Yeah.
And it helps out a lot.
Hey, final thing, I love that what's above you, that sign, practice kindness. I think, that's what we need more in this world. Talk about, that it's something, having those values and beliefs and, being able to pay it forward as well.
Mm-hmm. I need you to just repeat that last question for me real quick, please.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I really am enamored with it. I like that because I think that's what we need more in this world is, again, more kindness and just compassion, for other people. And I think that's just like, I'm always interested in the background, and I see that sign, and I think that's so again,
that's
essential. Yeah.
That's just like the basic knowledge of teamwork, bro. You can't be like the lone wolf, not talking to your team or helping them out. That doesn't help out anybody, not even yourself. It's better to build the guys back up so you have someone, coming for your spot, pushing you to keep it.
Yeah.
Like it makes me feel great when I see my teammates improve it.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, Jim Lee, it's been an incredible honor and privilege, speaking with you. You have just absolutely said a magical story to tell, and again, have achieved so much on the gridiron. But there is more to come. 2 more years for you to, again, show people what you can do, and how you could be really a difference maker out there. So, wishing you continued success, especially with these camps and combines, and looking forward to seeing what you do in your junior year at Brandeis High School. Thank you.